Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Neetika and this is the Chic Artist Studio. Today we are going to be painting a collection of colorful watercolor fruits. This fun beginner-friendly tutorial is perfect for practicing simple shapes, vibrant colors and smooth color blending. So if you enjoy watercolor tutorials like this, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a single video. And let me know in the comments which fruit you'd like to paint next. Now grab your paints and let's get started. Alright, let's do a quick supply check first. So I'm using my trusty Winsor & Newton watercolor palette, some round brushes, and this paper is 300 GSM 100% cotton watercolor paper from Fabriano, and I have my 2 jars of water ready, some paper towel and a palette for mixing the paints. Okay, let's get started. So first of all, we are going to paint a strawberry. So for that, I'm going to use my red. So here I'm using cadmium red. You can use any warm red that you like. All right, cadmium red. And I have size 6 brush. And let's paint our strawberry. So a strawberry will be a little bit wider on top, and then as we go down it gets a bit narrower. Okay, so these paintings today, these fruits will be very loose and fun. Okay, so just I'm gonna leave a little bit of highlight here and then just shape it. So it's basically kind of a triangle, like an inverted triangle with rounded edges. Okay, and then I'll go in with a darker color along this side. Okay, and maybe some at the top. I think I should make it darker. Okay, and then some more. I'm mixing some dark red here. So for that, just take your red and mix a little bit of purple to make a dark shadowy red. Okay, like this, and put some dots here so it makes my strawberry it gives it a little bit of contrast. Okay, like this. So this is our strawberry, and we will paint the green crown later, like once it's dried. Okay, next we are gonna do a peach slice. So I love painting a peach slice because it has so many colors, and it's like you'll see the wet on wet technique here. Okay, so with the same brush, and I am mixing yellow here. So I'm using cadmium yellow because I want these fruits to be very bright and summery. So nice warm cadmium yellow. All right. And then think of it as a semicircular shape. So I will just draw it like this. So I'm kind of sketching it first so that it's not out of shape. Okay, like this. So it's a semicircle with a little bit of area left in the middle. So then we'll fill it up. Like this. Okay, looks a little bit wonky to me, so I'm just like shaping it up like this. All right, just add more color to it. Now, while it's still wet, I'm gonna take a smaller brush, so preferably a size 2. And then I have my red here, so I am going in with my cadmium red, just little peachy, furry center in the middle. So I'm just tapping it and then letting it bloom in the yellow. Use the tip of your brush for this, okay? And try making some blooms where your paint is wet. And like if your paint gets dry, you can just, add some paint, okay? And then continue. I want to add some blooms here. So this technique will give us the peachy furriness, right, that the peaches are known for. Okay, then we'll make the outer part, the red thing. And what I want you to do here is just tap in some places, okay? Make this, and then wherever you want, just tap, okay? Make the blooms, make it a little bit thicker. Just make sure to use very bright dark colors for these fruits because we want to make them pop and make them very summery and colorful and cheerful. So that's our slice of peach. Next, I'm gonna do some blueberries. Let's do the blueberries here. So for blueberries, I am mixing some ultramarine blue along with this purple, okay, here. So this is very subtle blue. This gives me a very subtle blueberry kind of blue. So I have used ultramarine with some purple. And then we'll make a bunch of blueberries here. So just simple circles. And if you want, you can just leave some highlight at some places. Okay, let's make them a bit bigger so that it's easier for you to see. So one here, and then I'm gonna make one here. I'll leave the highlight in the corner in this one. Like this. And then a little one peeking from behind this one, so like this. So the one that's at the back will be a little bit darker, so I am adding a little bit of Payne's gray to my blue to make it a little bit darker, okay. Okay, this is a nice shadow color for the blueberry. Again, if you want, you can leave some highlight. So when you're painting something that is behind the thing that is here, try to differentiate the color by making the thing that's behind a little bit darker. Okay. So this prevents your, like, the whole painting to look like a blob, and it separates, and the darker color makes it distinguishable, like makes it easier to understand that this thing is behind these two, right? So this, and just lift a little bit of color off here. All right, we'll come to these later. And while we are waiting for these, let's paint some cherries. So we'll use the same red color for our cherries, cadmium red. All right, let's paint some cherries here. So for cherries, it's just simple heart kind of shape at the top. And then just fill it up. These fruits just don't have to be perfect. They are like, we are painting some fun fruits here. So it's just some fun shapes that resemble the fruits. Okay? Because we are not aiming for perfect, perfect realistic fruits. We are just here to have fun with our painting. Right? So these are our cherries. And again, we are going to drop some darker paint along this side. So I'm taking some red and then mixing purple in it again to make it darker and moody, and then paint one side with this darker moody color like this. Drop some more paint here. Okay, and while it's still wet, we can add the stem with a very thin brush and a green color. So green, you can use any green for this. I have some olive green here, so I'll just use that. 2 stems. You can just touch the wet strawberry, wet cherry and make it bloom just like it's blooming here. Okay, like this. And make it a little bit thicker at the end. We'll come to it later to paint the leaf. Okay, all right, let's just add a crown to this strawberry. So I'm using, again, using this delicate brush and the green. Use whichever green you like. I'm just using my olive green here. And then just add the crown. So it's like very simple, leafy, like a leafy crown. So you can just make some of it, like some of the leaves come down, or you can just add it like this. Okay, some of the leaves will be behind. Okay, all right, this is done. And then I'm gonna take the dark red, so we'll make it even more darker. So I have this red here. Okay, again I'm adding some purple. So this is too much purple. I'll mix some more red. So we are making it even more darker to add the seeds to the strawberry. So again with this same delicate brush. So seeds like this. You can also use markers or colored pencils to paint these seeds. I'm gonna make a video on that also, like using markers or colored pencils with watercolor. That's also fun. But today we are just using our watercolors. So this is done. Next are, this blueberry is still wet, so I'm just gonna add a leaf here first. Okay, so again, I'm coming in with my size 6 brush and the green that I already have on my palette. And I'm gonna add a simple leaf, okay, like this. So I think I should make it a little bit darker. Just a simple leaf to these cherries. All right. Next, we are going to make some nubbies on our blueberries. So I'm going in with my delicate brush. Okay, I'm gonna mix some darker blue. So I'm taking ultramarine and I'll mix a little bit of Payne's gray to it, just like we did earlier. Okay, and then paint the nubby. So nubby is like, it's like a star kind of a shape. Okay, so just like this. Okay, and then this one we'll paint here. So it's like this. And for this one, I'm gonna make it here. Like this, okay? So these have started looking like blueberries now. And again, you can paint a set of leaves. Again, I'm taking my olive green and I mix some yellow with it. And then I'll paint a set of leaves. So like this and this. All right. And that's our fruity watercolor collection complete. I hope this tutorial showed you that painting fruit is a wonderful way to practice color blending, simple shapes, and adding vibrant details to your artwork. If you painted along with me, I'd love to see your creations. Share them on Instagram and tag me so I can celebrate your work. And if you enjoyed this tutorial, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Okay, I share new beginner-friendly watercolor tutorials from florals to botanicals to fun seasonal projects and everything in between. Thanks so much for painting with me today. I'll see you in the next tutorial. Happy painting!